Man, man, man. Man. I was just live on Instagram. I was just live on Instagram. I was just live on Instagram, y'all. Instagram. If y'all want to come chop it up with me, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about this fight, this Chris Colbert fight, man. If y'all want to come talk to me about it, you already know. Come to the YouTube channel, Coach Anthony Boxing. Yeah, Chris Colbert took a loss, y'all. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get with the program right now. Uh, we're gonna get with the program right now, guys. Let me just go ahead and share this. Yeah, man. Listen, guys. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I called it in round one. I called it on Twitter in round one. 30 seconds in the round one. I seen it. I seen it. I seen it. I seen it. I put it out there. I said, this is going to be a long night for Chris Colbert. Now, I didn't know that he was going to lose, but I knew he was going to struggle. And of course, he lost. And the main reason he lost, he took the kid for granted, man. He took the kid for granted. He went out there. He thought it was sweet. As soon as he felt that power, game was different. The game was different as soon as he felt that power, man. You know, it's just a different situation, man. Just a different situation, guys. I don't know what you guys saw, but it was crazy, man. Didn't see that coming. Yeah, man, I did. I didn't see it coming before the fight, but I saw it coming in the fight because I didn't even know who the kid he was fighting was till tonight. Garnett, what's good, coach? What's going on? Colbert said, I don't watch film and dance like a breezy before the fighting contact. Yo, funny as hell. Colbert was embarrassing at the end, no heart. Congrats to Garcia. The first two fights was fire. Actually, all fights was fire. He felt something real. Colbert needed that defensible principles 101 and how to box on the inside bundle. That's a fact. If you notice, he just started covering up, man. He just started covering up like this. Like, yo, what happened to all the head movement to like this? You know what I'm saying? Boy pulled a Mayweather last two rounds. Man, he didn't pull the Mayweather last two rounds. If he would have pulled the Mayweather last two rounds, he would have won them last two rounds. All right, let's keep it 100. Can't compare Chris Colbert to Mayweather, man. Mayweather would have won them last two rounds. Put some respect on Mayweather's name, boy. That boy would have dug deep and he would have won them last two rounds. What he learned was a valuable lesson, which I was saying on Instagram. Do not count your eggs before they hatch. He went in there, he thought he was going to dominate. He was over there acting all crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, thinking it was sweet, and he found out it wasn't sweet. What did they ask the Dominican kid at the end of the fight? What did he say? First thing he said was, I knew my life was going to change the moment I got that phone call. I knew my life was going to change. Do you see the difference? I knew my life was going to change. You feel me? So, the problem with Colbert, he thought he was here. He could fight. He could fight. But he ain't where he thought he was. He found out tonight. That power shit was real after that. That's a fact. Shaking my head, Colbert. Congratulations to Garcia. Absolutely. He looked good. He needed that coach and's defense. He didn't pull a Mayweather. Definitely didn't. Boxing needs to unify. Y'all funny, man. Listen, this is a lesson, guys. This is a lesson. When you guys start to get good in boxing, you must remain humble. You must remain hungry. You have to understand there's people out here who want your spot. There's people who want your position, and they coming to get it. They are coming to get it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not ready for that, you're going to find out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? He's one-dimensional offensive too. His two combinations come off the same with no variation. What happened was, man, he realized, wow, this is going to be a lot harder fight than I thought, and he found that out in the ring, and that's where he messed up. Colbert was too cocky. He never took Garcia serious until he felt the power. I seen it in round one. His eyes opened up like, ooh, he couldn't hide it. Yep. Colbert took the loss well, though. I'll give him that. Absolutely. He definitely took the loss well. I'll give him that. He took the loss very well. He was very humble in his loss because you had to be. I mean, let's just keep it a stack. What was he gonna say? You got beat up from pillar to post 95% of the fight. You won a few moments in the fight. You got knocked down in the fight. You were supposed to win the fight. The guy took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. You still lost the fight. What are you gonna say? You gotta take your L. You got to take your L. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I just want to come up here and talk about it because I just think it is a very valuable lesson here. And the main lesson is that you must remain humble in boxing. That's really the main lesson. And I don't want to sit up here and bash Chris Colbert because he's a human being and he's a fighter, you know. But as a young fighter, he needs to learn. Now you learned because everybody was very high on this kid. He learned a valuable lesson, and the lesson that he learned can actually teach a lot of young fighters. The young fighters can learn from this lesson. Stop thinking that you're there when you're not there. Stop thinking you're there when you're not there. You know what I'm saying? And even when you're there, don't think you're there because there's always somebody who wants your spot. So I think that's the main lesson, and it's not just for boxing, right? It's for life. It's like me right now. If I'm like, yeah, I'm the best coach on YouTube and can't nobody mess with me. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I understand that I got to stay on my job. You feel me? You have to stay on your job, man. You know what I mean? You can never get too cocky. You can never get too fully yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to reply to all the comments. I try to talk to all the people. I try to create community. I try to give out a lot of discounts and deals so people can afford the stuff that I sell. I try to do as many YouTube videos that I possibly can based off of my schedule. You know what I mean? Even though I'm working with professional fighters and everything, because I understand the position I'm in. I have to be grateful for it, and I got to continue to work. These guys, as soon as they get to a certain level, they think they don't gotta do it no more. They could just celebrate. There's no celebration, man. You pat yourself on the back, and then you keep going. You keep working. You stay hungry, and that's just how life works, man. That's how you gotta be. Every single society that ever got too high on themselves, they eventually collapse. You know what I'm saying? So boxing is no different. You got to stay hungry. You got to stay hungry, man. You know what I mean? And Colbert wasn't supposed to lose tonight. Let's keep it 100. That guy was the next star. He was the next star. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he let a lot of people down. He didn't let me down, honestly, because when people used to ask me about Colbert, you can go back through all my videos. I used to be like, I didn't see enough of him. I seen him fight one time in the Barclays Center. And I wasn't super impressed, but he was also young and I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and everybody who I knew loved him because they're all from Brooklyn, New York, and everything like that. And a lot of New Yorkers, man, they just like to support each other. And I get it. You from New York, you're going to support your man. I get that. I respect that. But if I'm talking from a coach's perspective, I have no connections to these guys. So I'm going to speak as a coach and how I want to coach my fighters moving forward. Like the way I'm talking about Colbert is how I would talk to Colbert if he was my fighter. I'd say, yo, my man, chill out. Calm down, bro. Like, you good, but we got to stay hungry here. We have to stay hungry. Cut it out. But that's what you need. That's what you need as a fighter. You need somebody to keep you grounded. Because the second you start thinking that you're this and you start thinking that you're that, you got a guy from the Dominican Republic that's like, hold up, my life gonna change? My whole family's life gonna change? Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna hurt this boy. And that's exactly what happened tonight, man. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. And the kid was an Olympian in 2016. So I don't know why somebody would want to use him as a last minute replacement. That was bad matchmaking, if you ask me, honestly. So we're gonna replace our opponent with a last minute guy who's a 2016 Olympian that we don't really see that often, who's a southpaw. Come on, man. Like, that was just a bad decision all across the books. You feel me? Like, so I feel bad for Colbert. I don't feel bad for Colbert. Rewind. I don't feel bad for Colbert. But it's unfortunate what happened to Colbert based off of everything, you know? Lesson learned, man. Lesson learned. You know what I mean? It was definitely a good night of boxing, though, from beginning to end. It was a very entertaining card, you know what I'm saying? Side note, your vid on the Philly shell defense was spectacular. I appreciate that, man. Listen, guys, if you guys haven't went to the website yet and gotten a course, you're missing out. Not only that, we got the C8 boxing community where people are, joining in, and we're basically treating it like a Facebook group. It's super dope. Of course, I got the C8 Power Hour whenever I'm online. Guys, take advantage of the C8 Power Hour. All my courses are going up in price March 1st. There will be no more discount. I got the 50% discount right now, but if you jump on here right now while we're live, and if you're watching this live after, I'm going to go ahead and give you the 60% off C8 Power Hour. Okay, I'm going to leave it up there for a temporary amount of time. And hopefully you guys can go ahead, grab a course, and learn some boxing. And for all of y'all who follow me on Twitter, and for all of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you guys know I called it in round one. So you got to respect my eye. You got to respect my eye. I know what I'm looking at. And I also know what I'm teaching. All right. So listen to Coach Anthony, man. Listen to Coach Anthony. And that's a fact. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's still today's price. But coming March 1st, it won't be today's price. I promise you that. I'm giving you out till March 1st to get the original price with the discount. See, even if I give a discount March 3rd, it's still going to be more expensive than today, even if I gave the same discount, because the price of the courses are going to be more expensive. So I'm giving y'all that information first. So, like, if you like the discount and you like the price right now, you better get it now, because when you go back and look, you're gonna be like, oh snap, that Philly shell defense video is $300 now. It's not $250. You see what I'm saying? And then when I get 50% off of that, it's not the same like if you get 50% off of it right now. So, that's all I'm saying, guys. I always got to plug in my stuff, because at the end of the day, people are always asking me about my stuff. I'd rather you guys get it at the better price, you know what I mean, while I'm offering it. Should Chris Colbert retire? Come on, films. We can't do that to him now. We can't do that to him. He's a young fighter. He's a kid. He could bounce back. Fighters bounce back. Unfortunately, boxing is just like exactly how what you just said. Boxing is exactly what you just said. You take a loss and right away is retire. We can't do that, man. We can't do him like that. Come on, man. He's a baby. The kid he got a whole life to live. He got a lot to learn, man. He's really a kid, man. Real talk, he's really a kid. He's a child. Um, you know, but at the end of the day, he needs to go back to the drawing board, because he's super talented. He's super talented, super, super talented. It's just that you start to believe your friends. You start to believe everybody around you. You start to think that, you know what I'm saying? You start to think that you're more than what you are. We can't do that, y'all. We can't do that. We have to remain humble. And if anybody's in here who's a fighter, who's a up and coming fighter or an amateur fighter, stay humble, man, for this reason. And like I said before, if your personality is to be, brash and talk a lot of crap, put in that work and train like a humble fighter. And then if you want to go ahead and act up on camera, act up on camera. That's fine. Do what you do. I can't change your personality, but don't get cocky to the point where you're not putting in the work and you're not taking guys the same kind of serious. You know what I'm saying? So, no, absolutely not. Chris Colbert should not retire. Absolutely to the not. Hell no. The kid got a bright future if he can learn from this. If he can learn from this, the kid still got a bright future. You know what I mean? I love hearing this great advice, man. It's just a fact, man. When I see these kids like Chris, man, they remind me like if they were my fighters, even though they're not my fighters. You know what I'm saying? And it's just how I would talk to my kids. Like if I was training them, it would be the same exact conversation. And I'm just talking to y'all publicly because I have no ties to Chris, so it doesn't really matter to me. Like I'm just talking as a coach about what I see and what I don't see. I think the kid's a very talented fighter, but at the same time, I think he got a little bit too arrogant. I was hearing him saying in the dressing room before the fight about how he could fight with both hands down and he could do this and he could do that and left. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that. And then when I seen him go out there and perform the way he did, it just confirmed he counted his eggs before they hatched. He was. You're not even a world champion yet, champ. Not even a world champion yet, champ. You feel me? Not even a world champion yet. Come on, champ. You got more work to do, man. What did Kobe say? The work's not done. You feel me? I need to see his psychologically how this loss affects him with because of new gesture. Hopefully we could change that about boxing. I think that's one of the problems with boxing today. I think that boxing needs to change that. We need to stop demonizing guys when they lose in this sport. I definitely think that's a huge problem in boxing, and it is all started with you know padding records and creating this hype so guys can go ahead and make all this money because you got an undefeated guy or whatever. And I just think that that's a very bad way to approach a sport, and everything comes around in full circle, and hopefully it comes back around to where you can take a loss and come back and win. Like I think about guys like when William McKennedy, Junior Jones, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, Kevin Kelly, Derek Gainer. When that featherweight division was on and popping back in the day, those guys used to all beat each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like they used to all beat each other, man. Eric Morales lost to no, Junior Jones beat Barrera, but then Barrera went ahead and beat Morales, and then Morales beat Junior Jones, and then William McKennedy beat Junior Jones, but then I believe Morales beat McKennedy. If I'm not sure, I get confused, man. But them guys all beat each other, and they were all legends. They were all legends, and when they matched up, you knew you had a fight. You knew it. You were like, yo, these guys about to rumble. You didn't give a shit about the 2-3 losses on the record. When Pacquiao fought, you didn't care about his 2-3 losses on the record. You see what I'm saying? When these guys fought, you did not care about the record that much because you knew you were dealing with something authentic. You knew you were dealing with something that was real. It didn't matter if there's losses. You know, people will always consider Freddie Roach one of the greatest trainers of all time. Well, guess what? He was in the losing corner tonight. He was in the losing corner tonight, and he's been in the losing corner mad nights. He will still go down in history as one of the greatest trainers of all time. And he should, because boxing is a sport, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose, man. Like this is the problem with the sport. When we take losses, it's like, oh, you're a bum. Everybody calling the other guy bum never fought a day in their life, never even had a street fight. But this guy's a bum because he lost. Let's not do that. Now, me as a coach, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna speak my opinion on what I seen in Colbert and why he lost. Because I'm a coach. I've been coaching boxing now for a decade. I've been involved with the sport for 2 decades, and I've seen guys like Colbert come and go from the amateurs to the pros. So, I've seen this story time and time again in person, not through the television, not through the screen. I've seen it in real humble times in front of me. So I have a strong feeling and a strong opinion about this because I'm a trainer, I'm a coach. I've had to yell at my kids who act like this. I had to yell at my fighters who acted like this, have conversations in private with them, even if I'm not yelling, but like talk to them like a man, and I've had these conversations for these type of reasons. You feel me? But the problem is hopefully a kid like Colbert can bounce back, and show that you can lose in boxing as long as you learn. right? I used to always tell my guys who lost and the amateurs or whatever, you didn't lose, you learned. Well, hopefully you learned. Go home, think about why, we didn't get the nod, or think about why you didn't get the nod if they weren't my fighter or whatever. Go home, think about it, and then come back to the gym Monday. Don't even give it no time to marinate. Get right back in the gym. And then they'll go ahead and win. You know what I'm saying? One of my young kids, Marshall's a perfect example of that. He lost like fight after fight after fight. And then when we went to the tournaments, he'd win the tournament. And then it'd be like, damn, you lost 3 fights in a row and then you won the tournament. That's the beauty about the amateurs, you know what I'm saying? Now the pros is different, right? Because it's a business. But we need to fix that as a business. And it starts off with the fans. It starts off with the fans not demonizing these guys because they lost, not ruling them out because they lost. You know what I mean? If the fans speak up and say, listen, we don't care that he lost. We really still think he's a threat. Now the promoters hear that. Now the managers, promoters, and all these people hear that the fans want the fight. And when the fans want the fight, guess what? They make the fight happen because there's money on the table and they don't want to miss out on the money. But once the fans lose interest because of a loss, now they're like, oh, well, the fight's not going to make us no money no more. Why would we put money behind it to make it happen? Fuck it, scratch it, find the next guy who's undefeated. You see what I'm saying? So it starts off with the fans, guys. The fans need to remember that you can lose and still be a serious threat in the division. Colbert can still beat a lot of guys in the division if he learns from what happened today. He has a lot to work on. He has to learn how to deal with a guy who could punch. He has to learn how to not fold up. He folded up today. Let's just keep it 100. He folded up. He was covering up. He wasn't even covering up properly. Like, he was curling up. Like, I don't know if anybody peeped that, but he was like blocking like this, almost like when you beating the hell out of somebody and they're just like picking their knee up and they're just like, he wasn't like covering up and just like, you know what I mean? He was like turning to the side. Like, it was just not good. Trying to read some of the comments, guys. Trying to read some of the comments. Rap Star Boxing Out Peace from the UK. What's up, Rap Star, man? Nice to see you on here, my brother. Colbert got no heart. Last 2 rounds he didn't engage just so he could survive. You know, I think that you're like half right about that. I think he has heart. I think he thought he was being smart by doing that. He was probably hoping that he'll get the nod somehow. But he showed heart because I think round 8 or round 9, he started to really come out and throwing some really hard punches, and he was trying to get it back. I don't know what happened in that 10th or 11th or whatever. He must have felt that if he just cruised his way, maybe because he's Chris Colbert, they were going to give him the win. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, man. So that's it, man. I really just came on here to talk about this real quick with you guys, man. You know, it's just a very interesting night of boxing. Just to say the least, very interesting night of boxing. And what can you do? What can you say? You feel me? What can you do? What can you say? All I will say this, guys, is stay humble. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Stay in the gym, stay hungry if you guys really want to do this. And to the fans, don't demonize a guy just because he takes a L. It is what it is. He took a L. We'll see if he bounces back. We'll see if he learns from this. But boxing is one of those sports, man, where it's like I told you guys earlier. I don't know who was in my live earlier. Somebody said, "Hey, man, I think boxing is just about reflexes and conditioning. And I said, dude, it's definitely not just about reflexes and conditioning. There's much more to it. Heart, passion, spirit. I said all of this earlier tonight on my previous live. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. Everything played out today. Everything played out today exactly how I freaking said it. Everything, bro. I felt like Nostradamus today. Somebody called me Costradamus today. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I hope everybody has a good night. Guys, make sure you go to the website. Also, make sure you guys shoot me a text. If you guys don't have my number, shoot me a text. 215-709-5437. Add that in your contact list. Shoot me a text, man, for updates, for weekly tips, to know what's going on with this boxing thing, man. And that's it, man. Short talk tonight. I was on here earlier. I hope you guys have a good night, and